India has unveiled some tougher rules for social media. I don't know if you recall this story. They were trying to get certain accounts suspended or certain tweets taken down around those farmer protests that were taking place. And then they weren't happy with Dorsey because things weren't moving fast enough. And they're like, you know what? Maybe you should just get out of here. Maybe we'll boot you right out of here. I don't know. They didn't say that specifically, but that's the idea. They were saying, this is our spot. You got to play by our rules. But we didn't really know how it was going to map out. Well, now, I mean, we have the new rules. And the new measures will require big social media companies to set up a grievance redressal mechanism and appoint executives to coordinate with law enforcement. The government said that the guidelines in its code of digital media ethics were needed to hold social media and other companies accountable for misuse and abuse. A detailed version of the guidelines will be published later and take effect 3 months after that. Basically, the way this works within the rules is that these social media companies will have a maximum of 36 hours to remove content after they receive a government or legal order. It will not be up to their discretion at all. It's just the clock is ticking. Get it down, or I don't know what the punishment is. Get it down or else, whoa. What do they do? Freeze the whole site?
Yeah.
I'm curious how they're going to actually enforce that, but that's what they're looking for.
36 hours too. I wonder how they came with that number.
Yeah, like is that a fair amount of time to get the right person on the job? But well, you saw in the earlier portion here, they said that they're expecting to have someone from the big tech firms, executives that they have a rapport with that they can reach out to more quickly. Like it's part of the thing. So social media firms should be more responsible and accountable. Detailed, Facebook did not immediately respond to requests. So, yeah, it's look, I don't know, man. This stuff is impossible. They want to hold the social media itself accountable, but it's like, imagine the pace at which people can be saying things that you're attempting to police. Like, you see what China has to do. China, they just set the whole thing up. They're like, nah, you got to come through the Great Firewall over here. You know what I mean? They just block everything and keep this variety of companies out if it doesn't meet that criteria.
Yeah.
But when you have social media available, then it becomes very difficult to police on a per person basis. And I don't know. We've all heard Dorsey and Zuckerberg talk at length about the difficulty in figuring this thing out and whether or not there should be some sort of global entity, some sort of almost like a United Nations type of group that decides what stays up and what goes down. Because if governments start deciding what stays up and what goes down, it could be for their specific agenda as well, right? And you might not even know. Like, do they have to publish these requests? Like, does the public get to know what was taken down and who originally said it? Or do certain accounts just vanish? Like, I don't know. It's a tough one, especially if you're a private company. Now, this is kind of actually like what Google is currently going through in Australia, where they're saying, no, you got to pay the news organizations that you link to. We want them to get paid because you're profiting off linking people to their work. And it's just, you're thinking, man, how do you implement these things?
Yeah.
How do you figure out a way? So it's not impossible, but it is complicated. And this is the way that India wants to play it. They want more control over social media, but it's been talked about in almost every nation.